You're using your journal. Okay, go to a fresh blank page. Turn in your science journal to a fresh page. Fresh and fabulous. Okay, turn to a new page. Remember, you're writing on the backs of pages. You're writing front and back of pages. You're not skipping. Yes. Okay, so start off by... Please start off by writing the date at the top, at the very top. Then you're going to label this stimulus response. And we're going to talk this through a little bit. So at the top you are labeling this stimulus response, right? See that. On that top line of your journal. What is stimulus response?
I don't know.
Okay, Jose.
Something that causes an action or response.
Something that causes an action or response. Very good.
Behavior is like you touch a hot can, you're gonna go, because it's hot.
So it's a reaction from the environment, right? Okay. So a stimulus travels to the brain and a message is sent to the muscles, right?
Yeah.
And then the muscles the brain tells your muscles what to do, correct?
I can write all that.
All right. This is what I've told you to write so far. Okay. Now, let's go to the idea of behaviors. So write down the word behaviors. And then write down this question. What kinds of behaviors do you know about that help an organism survive? So write down this blue question. What kinds of behaviors do you know about that help an organism survive? What kinds of behaviors do you know about that help an organism survive? Let me know. What kinds of behaviors do you know about that help an organism survive?
2020.
You know I'm recording, right? Okay. All right. So, what's a behavior that helps an organism survive? Braylon, what's a behavior? What does a lizard do? Or a gecko?
I have a gecko.
Or a chameleon? Camouflage, right? Does that help an organism survive?
Oh, no.
Okay, is that instinctive or is that a learned behavior?
Instinctive.
It's instinctive, right? It's instinctive means it doesn't have to be taught, right? Okay.
And a food chain. Because if there's no food chain,
No, give me a behavior. What does something do in order to survive?
Eat people. A dolphin's communication helps it survive because go to top of its communication makes it's like squeaky sound or whatever. It bounces and it will make what's kind of like a sound wave will bounce.
Okay, so the way a dolphin communicates with other dolphins, right? Yes. Okay, Jose.
An ox forges a predator to defend itself.
Say it one more time.
An ox charges at its predators to defend itself.
Yeah, okay. Fatima?
A dolphin digging down to hide from danger.
Yeah, something that digs down to hide from danger, right? What animals will hide in a hole to hide from danger?
Snakes.
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 Gecko. A gecko hides from me.
Chicken.
Meerkat. A squirrel. No, a gopher. All right. Any other behaviors that you know about? A behavior.
A turtle has a shell.
Oh, what does a turtle do?
Everything.
Protect itself with the shield.
Yes. Okay.
A warrior sheep.
So for elephants, the dad elephants will go around the mom elephants, and the mom elephants will go around the baby elephants, and
Oh.
then the baby elephants will stay in the middle. And then also, like I forgot what and then also I think it's like a buffalo. When it's cold, they put, or when they're trying to defend themselves, they put their back against the baby so that they will be safe, and then they have their horns out.
Yes. Thank you very much.
The polar bear's coat.
Polar bear's coat.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to think about instinctive versus learned. Are animals normally okay, let's think about a bear. Think about a bear for a minute. And when a mother bear has a baby bear, and does that bear automatically know how to catch fish?
Yeah.
It's actually a learned. That's actually a learned behavior.
What about when baby birds are like born?
When birds, like those adult birds, push their baby birds out of the nest so that they have to learn how to fly.
Bye-bye.
Like when your kids are done with college, you need to push them out of the nest, right?
Something that humans
I can fly.
jumping through a
Okay, it's survival. Okay, all right. So I think you have a very good idea of what instinctive versus learned is,
Oh,
right?
there's another one.
Okay, so now I want you to come over here and look over here, and I want you to write down in your journal, the purple section here, a stimulus is a signal or an interaction sent to the brain through long nerve cells called neurons, which is a part of the central nervous system. So the purple part. So a stimulus is a signal.
Good morning. Attention all.
All right, so the next part we're going to do is I want all of you to take a deep breath. Like I want you to take in the deepest. I don't want you to hyperventilate. You're taking in a breath. And then hold it. Hold it. Hold it as long as you possibly can.
I'm getting nauseous.
I want you to see how long you can hold it before you have to take a breath, before you're instinctively, your brain kicks in and goes, you need a breath. Okay. Still holding? Wow, some people are still holding. So your diaphragm, your brain sends a message. It's like, you need to take a breath. You need to take a breath. And that is instinctive, adaptation. That's part of what our body does. Now, for the actual investigation, I want you to write down our focus questions. So, underneath the purple, You are now going to write the focus question, our FQ. And our question is, in dodgeball, how are you able to avoid being hit? No, wait, just, can you write it down?
Skills.
It has to do with stimulus and response. Stimulus and response.
Fight or flight.
Okay, in dodgeball, how are you able to avoid being hit? I'm not looking for an answer right this second. Get that down.
You just.
I have a question. These questions, do we actually answer them or they stand?
Okay. So, materials.
Do you have to really answer these questions?
I mean,
It's part of the investigation.
school.
Okay, so we're not answering that question yet. We're going to go about our investigation. Now, let me show you what we have in this investigation. We have, you're going to list materials under here. List materials. You're writing it down. The materials for this investigation, write it down. Okay?
Excuse me.
Okay, so you have a plastic cup that has a hole in the bottom and it has a hole in the lid at the top. So write that down. And the reason we write this down is someone could replicate the investigation, right? That's what scientists do. So we have one cup. It's a 9-ounce cup.
Are we gonna get
Write down the word materials. Underneath it, write 9-ounce clear cup with a hole on the bottom, a lid with a hole on the top. I have taped a piece of paper to the actual cup, and the reason why I did that is so that the stimulus, when you see someone let go of the cup, you're automatically going to move your hand, right? So, if I have this like this, and Emmanuel, come on up and put your hand under the dowel. Okay, and
Executed.
all right. Oh, you didn't move your hand.
No.
Okay. Let's see if you'll. Are you going? Okay, let's have someone else. All right, Bradley, come on up.
But this will.
Okay. Okay, Bradley, you want to put your hand under so that at least it's touching the dowel. Okay. And your goal is to try to move your hand before it gets, before the cup touches it. Very good. All right. So we have one dowel and one clip. And the reason why we have a clip on top is so that you know how high up your cup is going to go. And that way it won't pop off. So it kind of keeps it in place.
No. We try.
Right? Now, I'm going to give you a stimulus response paper that you are going to glue on a new fresh page. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to give you some hand sanitizer. Everybody will put on hand sanitizer. You're going to work in a group of 2. And this is what you're going to do. It has, you are going to, write the stimulus and the response. So the height of the drop. So you're going to have 2 different heights that you're going to work with. So you're also going to get a measuring tape. And in your measuring tape, you're going to measure how high. So the top of my cup goes to about 13 inches. Okay. Then after you've done 5, you're gonna switch. You're gonna mark on here, right here, if it hits or if it misses. Does the person pull their hand in time? So you're gonna take turns, and then you're going to change the height of the cup by changing the height of the clip. Okay? So you'll do it 5 times, and we'll record how many times it gets hit. Yes? How many times it misses, how many times it gets hit. And that's going to do it for right now. So we have a little bit of time. I'm going to pass this out, but before I pass it out, everyone's going to get some hand sanitizer. But everyone's going to need stimulus response paper. Here, you go and glue those in. Yeah, yep, you're gonna glue it. Hey, your next open page. And so we're just recording how many times.
Mitch, get your mix. Are you lucky?
Yeah, you can glue it yourself. Mr. Rogers is cruising by. All right, so let me go over this one more time. Each group is going to get a paper that is taped to the cup. Everyone's going to get a dowel that has a clip, and each group will get a measuring tape. Okay? So people are going to do, when you end up changing the height, so everyone's going to have a different height. Not everybody's going to do the exact same height, right? All right. So record down. You'll be writing down who the partners are, who is the stimulus, who is the responder, right? So who is creating the stimulus, who is responding, yes? Yes or no? Okay. Then you're going to try it 5 times with one person, 5 times with the other, and then you're going to change the height of the clip and do it again. Got it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to go around with the hand sanitizer, and then I will pair you up. And that's what we're going to do. All right. Okay, so at the very top of your paper, record the height of your clip. Record the height of your clip. You're going to don't move them yet. Start with it at the top for the first 5. Okay, Jose, the cup faces downward. And okay, so you need to flip the cup. Yeah. Then 3, 2, 1. Thank you for listening. The stimulus is going to be the person doing the drop. The response is going to be the person moving their hand out of the way. Okay? Stimulus is the person. Response is So, after you've gone through the process of doing the hand for each person, switch and do the feet. Hey, Fernando, you're not kicking. You leave it there.
You're cheating. Hey guys. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so my question for you is, was there a difference between dropping the cup and the response of you moving your hand
Yeah.
versus you doing the same exercise but using your foot?
Yeah.
Braylon, what did you notice?
Your hand is faster because your hand is closer to your brain.
Yes, Tristan.
So the foot was slower. I feel like, would your foot be slower because it's not closer to the brain and because it has more weight on it?
Not necessarily more weight, but the distance from your foot to your brain is farther than the distance from your hand to your brain, right? Because it's the nervous system. Your nervous system is telling you to move.
So if your feet doesn't move as fast, wouldn't if you walked on your hands be faster?
Maybe.
I think maybe something more of drop off the connection between the brain and the foot, because when Brad and I did it, you literally the cup literally hit Brad the whole 5 times.
Wow. Now, question for you though. If you can see the response, so Lily, come on up here for a second. So if you can put your hand under here, like this, and touch it. You have to touch it out, like just put it under. Okay. All right. Are you more likely, if you can see the response, are you going to move faster
Yes.
than if you can't see the response,
Someone's blindfolded.
right? So, going back to the focus question, in dodgeball, how are you able to avoid being hit?
Because you can see the ball.
You can see the ball where it's going.
So if someone's not watching the ball, are they more likely to get hit?
Yeah.
Okay, write that down really fast. Write down what we just said. Write it down. Okay. All right, that'll do it for this investigation.
This was a really fun investigation.
Oh, good.